So that's what we got working here today. We already cut the welds here on the brake pedal because the rod here is on the wrong side for me to hang it in the clutch spot, so we had to flip it over. So it's going to sit here in the proper zone. I'm just going to re-weld it back in, and this will line up just perfect, hanging on the clutch spot for the rod there for the master cylinder. I'm going to take this piece here off and reuse it when I have to weld an ear on down here or something, so I can reattach that, because it's up here is too high. It has to be about right here for the new angle. So that'll be pretty easy. Here's the throttle pedal, what's left of it, I guess. Got the holes popped and it's been placed, and I got the new holes drilled to bolt it back in. I'm going to cut me a couple inch little round little pad to put on there. Just a nice little small round pad. I got some metal right here. This stuff here is plenty thick enough, so I'll cut me a section out of here, flatten that just a hair, and weld it on. And that'll be better than just having this piece. So, all right, got it slightly bent here to make the angle I need, just to clear some stuff up at the top of the dash. And I'll punch the hole about right in here somewhere, and that'll give me almost a straight shot right to the linkage here, set up the throttle. So it'll work out good. All right, let's get this done. So we've been working on this here today. Got the throttle pedal there. The little pad came out pretty good. So I still need to drill a hole up in there. And I can slightly adjust this rod here if I need to. Here's the brake pedal. Like I said, I moved the sleeve over to there. Had to add a tab on right there to activate the brake light switch. Took the old piece here from there, flipped it around, welded it here, left it so I could adjust it still. And basically it goes up and through here, and this pin actually locks through that sleeve and up through this section here. And I'll put a couple of little shims in there on each side. I'll show you how that works here. Just give me a second to get it up in there. Whatever. So she goes up in there like so. Had to put that little piece on there. That actuates on my switch. Pedal hooks in right there. She moves up. When this is all the way in, it doesn't bind up into the top. Still got my adjuster here, so I can actually pull the pin and readjust. Well, I don't even need to pull the pin. I can just, because it free floats, so I can just actually spin it to adjust the rod if I need to. So yeah, that works out pretty good. Switch works. I just need to run these two wires up to the switch. So boom, boom. And I don't want to pump on the brake because it's pumping out fluid out on the off the cut lines. So henceforth, I don't want to be squeezing on her too much right now. But yeah, that works. So we'll get a couple little washers or something there to put on this, and that'll kind of help keep that rod from sliding back and forth in there. We just leave a little bit of play on it. So yeah, that works real nice. Hot ticket. So brakes are plumbed, just need to run the cable for that, and pretty much that takes care of the hard stuff, really. I mean, this is in the clutch hole, so but I do brake left-footed because I'm so used to driving a stick shift. I don't know, even when I was driving my Camaro, I always used my left foot to brake, so that's okay. Just like I drove this one in the past. Yeah, so she got brakes again. Well, technically she's got brakes to a point anyway, but whatever. She got fluid movement now, so it works out pretty good. All right, She's a squirter. So we got some of the other pain in the butt stuff taken care of. And I'm gonna get the ignition switch all redone here, so henceforth why it's hanging. Got the throttle pedal all in. All wiring done for the brake light switch. You know, I had to weld a little tab up there that works the light. Everything here comes out real nice. I don't know how well you can see that, but just a pedal is just sitting loose, as in not pushing on the booster. But everything looks good. Got good movement, good throw. Got fully working gas pedal on tray at the moment, so obviously you can see that from here. T-floored there. So, took the old cable right here that ran to the hood and used the T-end connector to hook into the factory pedal like it had, and just run the line here. Took a little piece of sheet metal, bent it around to make like a little holder right here just to kind of keep everything straightened up. So took the old loop I had here and crimped it on. I got to get a clip to put on here to lock this. So, but yeah, just got a good straight pull, no binding. We're happy with that. I need to get some longer studs here. I need to pull my carb, get some longer studs because the studs are just too short, at least on this back corner right here. The bolts, they go up through there and they lock in. So I guess you couldn't call it studs, or it needs a longer bolt, and you can't switch them out through the bottom because there ain't enough room to drop them out and put a longer one in. So yeah, no big deal. All right, moving right along. So I'm staying busy on this project here. Got the carburetor off. Had to get longer studs put on to hold down my little bracket here, which is fine. The top of one of the ones is knocked off anyway. Got a new gasket for the plate here. Sitting there. Carburetor off, all cleaned. Got the shifter linkage and shifter all hooked back in. This is the B&M that I put in my Camaro. I don't have the cover for the bottom, but I'm going to come up with something for that. I don't know if I'm going to use like an old oil can or something maybe, or I'll just make one. Because I got two mounting points right here. I can just make a cover, just screws on here, no big deal. I'll fab something, find something. So the shifter's all in. She all works. Swinging through all the gears, park, reverse, neutral, blah blah blah. Pedals are all in, seen all that. So, all right, got the bolt hole fixed. The antenna hole that was here fixed. Filled it with some weld and a little seam seal. Bolt hole fixed. Another hole here fixed. Well, this is where the leak was. It had broke the seal on the seam right here. I was using some leftover MIG wire to clean it out, and it was just sliding right in. So that's where the water was getting in when she was sitting on a flat tire over here all them years. Had some good rain last night and put my finger into the rust hole, and everything was still dry inside there, and went and got some gaskets from my little vent here, but they're not the right one. I'm gonna have to try to get the next one that's a little bit thicker to go on there. I mean, right now it sort of works, but whatever. I'll replace it. I'll get it something else to try. So, but yeah, other than that, she's moving right along. Get her back together here. Carburetor and all that back on, and got the new oil line right here. I'm gonna get it replumbed. Get the other one off right here. It's too short to reach in through the opening back up to the gauge now, since I just had it running straight through here before. Rolled the lip right here on the firewall. I nipped it, cut it, left the hangers here, rolled it in, bent it back in up on top of the wall. So whatever, not bad. All right, get back to cracking in here. All right, so I got everything hooked up. wiring in here. I just dumped some fuel in this thing. I'm just gonna see if it even coughs to life here. So, all right, well, alternator or the tack popped up like it's supposed to. Oh yeah. First time in a long time, baby. Woohoo! Oh yeah. She's a beast. She hasn't been running who knows how many years. All right. All right, so quick wrap up of where we're at here. So we got things cleaned up. Lines are all off. We got all the other stuff replumbed. The bracket bolted down. Studs are nice and tall instead of being right in with the nuts. And top of one stripped off, so those are all done. Got the new oil line ran. Had to change the fitting because the end of it is all botched up. And went and screwed the new one on. It messed up the threads. A couple little teeny tiny zip ties to hold the new wiring for the disturber and the tack there. So you see, she's all cleaned up. Clean down to here. Shifters in. Like I said, I gotta get me a switch here, but the wiring's all there now and ready to go. So, in case I wasn't clear, there used to be a small, real light gauge wire up, and I think it was as thick as this. It ran to the ignition, and that went back to the fuse block and powered half the block on just one little wire. So this here actually is straight to battery, straight to switch to the other half of the fuse block. So now I got plenty of power to run on that half of the block, because I was running radio and windshield wipers, all that, and the heater all ran off that one little wire. And I mean, it couldn't handle it through the old ignition switch. And you see, we got this all rewired, all new, hooked up, re-butt connected, rerun. I got to make a little plate to hang up in here so I can get it re-screwed into place. So it's a little bit of a mess down here. I still have to get some of these wires all finished, routed and wrapped up. So other than that, yeah, everything came out real nice. Pedals are working good. Brake lights and all that, I haven't checked, but I know the switch up there is clicking and working. So yeah, she's doing pretty good. Bang bang. Let's see if this thing will just light right up here. Yep, need some gas. Yeah, well. Yep, she needs some fuel. It's all right. You know it runs. You guys heard it, so good. Turn it over anyway. Move some oil. All right. All tough. Got that door stripped off too. So, all right, we'll get back at her. And it's just going to be starting to do some patching and stuff right now. Maybe mess with the door. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Alright, so we've been moving right along. See if that helps. Got the new training lines laid in. These are way shorter than the other ones here. So I mean, they're tucked up right up along the bottom of the motor, real nice and clean up there. And they just pop out there. And I said, like, the nice thing about having my hump still being removable. Unbolted it, pulled it out of the way. Shifter's still all nice and hooked up. That all works out real good doing that. So it made it real easy for me to get right on in there, hit the new lines. There's plenty of clearance. I can put my hand in between here and from the pipe and the line, so barely touch it with my knuckle there. That's fine. It'll, when I get it attached to the transmission, it'll make it, or the radiator. It'll make it a little bit easier to finish the last little tweaks on the bending. So got the new toggles are all put in. Got rid of the old light switch that I had temporary in, so one over there runs half the fuse block. This in here is gonna be for the fan, so that worked out pretty nice. I'm been pumping fuel out of this thing. I'm gonna have to get an inline filter. So some chunks coming up through the metal line here. A couple of little pieces, not much, but I'll put a picture in there of what the first shot of fuel looked like. As you can see, that's some pretty nasty looking stuff. Only put like a quarter gallon or something in the tank. It was empty, so that was kind of get it pre-soaking to get all the varnish and shit loosened up, and I'll just running the motor off of bottle feeding. You can see I got the system closed in on a loop here, so when I get it tugged back in and up and running here, I'll record it. Recorder sitting here fucking lumping along, dumping out fucking gas into my bottle or something. Alrighty. Alright, so working on getting the tank all pumped out here, so just filling the carburetor up, running it for a minute or two. Since she starts right up. Starting to look a little better. Definitely happy. She's quiet as a mouse now that she got all new oil in her. I mean, the tank's got to be almost empty. Another full bottle coming up. All right, soon we'll just keep pumping the garbage out of here. Boom. Power off. So you got the hump sitting there upside down. So I put a little seam seal on the inside of the cracks here, and I just hadn't flipped it over and bolted it back in yet. So yep, that's the process right at the moment. I mean, the gas is flammable. I just filled the riding mower up. It'll run on this stuff here. Got an inline filter to put in right there. It's got a little scale coming off the steel line. Debris is just a couple little particulates now, so it's nothing too severe. All right, well, we got her running off the fuel tank. See how clean she is. Got it all rinsed out finally. Got a filter in there to catch some of the stuff. Got a little bit of air in there. Battery's charging. Gotta be careful because she is getting warmer. Sounding good. Gotta love that sound. Oil pressure's doing good. Alright, we're warming up, so it's good though. We gotta get some fuel moving. All right, you guys. She's a super beast.